These are the best and worst paying college majors 5 years after graduation.
Film.
Wow. It's terrible. It's one of the worst.
No, they're struggling right now in LA.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is a really interesting topic, especially if you're like wondering, like, if you're a parent and trying to guide your kids, or you're a kid that's trying to decide what type of major should I do in college. This is a really good topic because, yeah, passion matters. Like, you should definitely do something you love, but I mean, you want something that's going to help you pay the bills also. That's super important. And then, is this job going to even be available for me 10 years from now, 5 years from now? Because it's super important that we understand those things as we're making these decisions. So when it comes to the best, these are the best college majors 5 years after graduation, because usually, you know, once you graduate, your salary is not the best, but over time it starts going up. So this is across the US. We're in California, so these numbers might be a little bit higher, of course. So what's something you notice in the first 9 majors here, from all of them? What is a word that you see?
Computer engineer.
Computer engineer, chemical engineer, computer science, aerospace engineer. So you guys get the point. That's why there's a huge push with STEM, because engineering, you know, with AI, with the technology that's been advancing in these last couple of years, that's the world we're living in. And more people are diving into this industry, engineering, and it's a good you know, like I found some examples. So we're not just saying this because an article said it. So like I found some examples here locally. LAUSD. It's a Los Angeles Unified School District. I found this job. It's called the Senior Security Engineer. It's within cybersecurity. The pay for this job is $135,000 to $167,000 right here, where it shows it here, a year. And so I saw this job. I was like, okay, so they're paying.
This is for the government job too, right?
Yeah, LAUSD. Yeah, the state, the local, I guess. So this is one job on the engineering side. So okay,
cybersecurity.
I can see, you know, that's a really great pay, and 5 years after college, and then the senior financial analyst at a credit union. So on the finance side, because the number 10 degree was finance, this one pays 88 to 151 annually. So technically, you know, this one can make 151. This one can make 167, depending on the years. Because this one says like 5 years experience. So, because that's what a lot of jobs within these fields, they always require like around 5 years. So this is perfect. So this is just an example of what these type of jobs pay in these fields. So super interesting to see, you know. So if you're wondering what degrees to chase or all that.
Yeah. Well, the future is like, especially because we're in a future where everyone's talking about AI, computer. That's where everything's going to. Even though there's still a lot of jobs outside of, let's say, college degrees, which is more handyman work, you know, because people that are engineers don't know what is a wrench, don't know what is this, you know. It's like me. I work all day on the computer. It's like if something breaks in my house, you know, I wouldn't know what to call. So yeah, these are good for colleges, but maybe some people, you know, because these degrees are not easy too. You know, these are very hard degrees, but you're able to do them, you know. Like I think almost all the people that are graduating are doing these degrees because they're in high demand. But I did see, I was trying to find it right now. There was an article that said software engineers, I don't know if you heard of that, software engineer developers actually had been a huge decline because they were in high demand during the pandemic. But now with AI, a lot of people that do software engineer developers, specifically software engineer developers, their job openings are going down dramatically. So yeah, like,
and they didn't even make the list here. I'm noticing that they didn't make the list.
They didn't make the list, but they were one of the top jobs or college degrees. So yeah, it's just different. But you have to find something that not only that you're good at, but that you can do for a long time. It's like for me, I'm passionate in soccer, but I knew that there was no way that I can figure out how I can play professionally because it's really hard. So that's when I said, okay, maybe I can do film. And now that's what I do for a degree. I started in film because I wanted to do something related to soccer, working for either a broadcast network or anything. But eventually it opened up to the doors, and now I'm doing commercial work for beauty. So I found what I can do for a long time. Maybe it's not my dream job, but it's something that I can do a very long time that gets me enough income that I can provide for my family, for my future. And it's something that's going to be around forever, for a long time, at least, that I can say, because everyone's on social. Everyone's scrolling all day looking at videos, at TikTok videos. So if you think like videos is going to die out, maybe with AI, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, longevity in your career, and that there's a demand. Because just like you said, only because it says engineering doesn't mean all engineering fields are the
Yeah.
most in demand.
Yeah.
Just like software or development or something like that, not all STEM careers are going to be here forever because of AI.
Yeah.
But, like aerospace engineering,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure electrical
Yeah.
engineering, mechanical engineering, some of these are kind of almost like a trade, with electrical,
Yeah.
aerospace engineering.
No, these are all really good. Really,
Yeah,
really good.
very good careers that like if you're a lot of these even have certificate programs that you don't even have to go to college for. And there's
Yeah.
people that start working on airplanes because they went to this, institution and they did it in 2 years. And now they're making good income. And like I showed you, these are just two examples. In 5 minutes, I literally found two examples of people making over 100K within this field, whether it's finance or software engineering, basically, which especially with finance and engineering, at least, hopefully in the next 10 years, that'll still, be very strong.
Yeah.
We don't know because, with AI, stuff can change super fast. Now, what are the worst, though? These are the best. Now,
Film.
what are the worst?
Liberal arts.
So basically, all of the arts, all right? We're talking about,
The hipsters.
Yeah, the hipsters. Liberal arts, performing arts, theology. So pastors, I guess.
Yeah.
History, fine arts, etc. So a lot of careers that,
I wonder what's the difference between fine arts and liberal arts. This is like more painting, and this is more like film.
probably, because
Drama.
that's what you said, right? Liberal arts, basically.
Yeah, well, they didn't call it that, but yeah,
That's
I think
basically- film.
it goes under liberal arts.
Yeah, it's because, like with these careers, they're so like, there's unicorns within these fields. Because there's some people in performing arts that are multimillionaires, actors, right, in Hollywood that are, or on theaters in Broadway.
It's because
But
these
it's
are also
rare.
the cool ones.
Yeah.
You know? It's like if I'm this or that. But I think also what got affected a lot with liberal arts is social media. Like, you don't need a college degree to learn how to do film now.
No.
I think
Acting, all of that.
At my age, YouTube was like very new. When I was in college, it wasn't like a lot of tutorials. But now, like, if you want to learn how to shoot a camera, how to film, how to light a set, anything, you literally go on YouTube, even on TikTok for 15 seconds, and you'll learn. So I think that's why it's not a college major anymore, because a lot of these kids that I see on social media aren't like film
No,
majors,
and they're better than
And
college
yeah,
students.
they kill it. I see what they're doing. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're really good.
Yeah, they're entrepreneurial too.
Mm-hmm.
And like, let's face it, like right now, I mean, this is personal opinion, but like movies suck. And I feel like the whole like,
Yeah.
oh, we want to make a movie that's going to change people's lives and all that. It's thrown to the trash. People want attention grabbers. They want, TikTokers to come out on these movies. They want celebrities. They want like, people's attention span is just so short that like nowadays TV shows is probably like more popular than actual movies. I think they put more effort in TV shows than movies. Movies
Yeah.
are just like,
This is a side conversation, almost a different video, but I think what messed up movies, even though people love it, is Netflix. Because it's like now that you have so much options. Before, when we were growing up, there was like 5 movies that weekend.
the whole year.
And it was probably out of those 5, 2 are the top 2. All the ones were kind of whatevers. But now there's like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? There's just
Everywhere.
too much. It's too saturated. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like
It's
a lot easier, I think.
I also don't want to discourage it because
Yeah.
I'm doing film and
Yeah.
I'm killing it. But I know a lot of people that are doing film that are struggling. So it varies too. Also, I think it depends where you live. Maybe if you live like in Idaho, liberal arts is probably like, what are you doing in liberal arts, But if you live in California, maybe there might be a boom in
New York.
In New York, Miami, like those big cities, Austin, wherever that may be. But yeah, it just really depends where you're at, because maybe there's a history guy that's watching this to be like, what are you doing? I'm a college professor teaching history. Yeah, I'm doing good. So it just depends what you want. I think that's the most important thing. And also looking at a roadmap. Okay, once I get this major, this is what I'm going to either apply to, or the future within 10 years to work at this. If you just get a degree but don't have like a roadmap of where you want to go next, I think that's where you're going to struggle, because you're going to graduate and you're going to be like, what do I do?
Yeah. No, and more than anything, also, we want to highlight that this is just based on pay.
Yeah.
So if you're okay making, the salary that, like, let's see, these are 2 examples that I looked up that real quick. Production technician, performance art technician, 3. I'm assuming this is someone that has some more experience at a university. Pay range is between 4,700 to 5,000. So that's a little bit below 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a terrible salary. But someone that, I mean, performing arts technician 3 sounds like they have more experience than an entry
It
level.
doesn't say how many years of experience, huh? I
No,
don't see
maybe I
it.
would have to go more down
Because
and
maybe
see
this is
more.
a level entry,
Yeah,
you know?
maybe, but I just,
It just the wording, you know,
yeah,
some jobs they put like technician,
yeah,
but
yeah, maybe it is
don't be
more
scared
level.
either.
Yeah,
Apply
don't,
to all the
no,
jobs. Yeah.
definitely. But I just look like, obviously, obviously when it comes to engineering, they're gonna pay a lot more.
Yeah.
But you can still make a career out of these pathways. But again, like you want to make sure you do research
Yeah.
and that it is this something that's going to be long term. Does it align with your lifestyle? Like if you want to be someone that lives in a certain city like LA
Mm-hmm.
and you do liberal arts, you might have to take on a side hustle or a job while you're growing, while you're hustling, because maybe at the beginning it's gonna be tough, but maybe you'll end up making it, and it'll take a little bit longer than other people.
Yeah, as long as you're a hardworking person, very determined. Like a lot of these ones that look bad, there is, like we said, there's unicorns. Not everyone, but don't think you're gonna go in there and find that $100,000 job. You're really gonna have to push yourself. Cause yeah, like for me, when I did film, I graduated film and I did jobs in wedding. It's not like I was graduated film and started working for Netflix or Sony and all that. You do have to hit the ground grinding. But if you grind really hard and you're determined, you will get a job. You just have to push yourself and not settle, especially with AI. We
Yeah.
talk about it all the time, especially with AI, like liberal arts. I don't know if you've seen what that's a different conversation, but all these AI stuff is really going to affect all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really, really important. Do your research. We don't want you to be stuck in a career where, like, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're stuck at an income level where you can't exceed, or there's just so many people applying for jobs and it's so limited, it's so competitive.
But also,
So,
they shouldn't be scared because we've heard stories, like we've interviewed people who are in their 30s or maybe even 40s that had a realization in their life that, like, you know what, this degree that I got in college or didn't get in college, maybe it's time for me to go back to school or learn this certificate or whatever to change my path and earn more income. Because, like we said,
yeah.
in 10 years, we don't know what the next good paying job is going to be. So you have to be open to that. You can't be like, I have this degree and this is what I'm doing for the rest of our life. I don't think anyone that we've talked to that are close to their 50s, very few stuck to that one career. They ventured off in many different directions.
Yeah, definitely. So super, super important to realize that. Yeah, and the best advice is, just make sure that, like at least there's some sort of demand and job growth within that field. But you can always make a switch. You could always change your, kind of your career. There's many people that do that, go from finance to engineering, engineering to finance, or they go from production to the business side of it now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that switch it up. So you can always switch it up. There's always going to be opportunities, and we're only showing this so you guys can see the reality.
Prepare.
So you can prepare, and you're not shocked when you graduate with a
Yeah.
liberal arts degree, and you're like, damn, I'm barely making a little bit over minimum wage.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough out there. You're gonna have to grind it out, and for you to pass that, you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna have to put in the work.
Yeah. Just because you got a college degree nowadays, that doesn't really matter too much. Sadly, our parents' generation, it did matter because it was like very new. Not many people did it. But now that I'm pretty much everyone that I know has a college degree, like it's not as valued as it once were. So don't think just because I got this degree and whatever, you're going to be able to make a good salary. You have to really think about it. Like if you're watching this video, you're already doing that next step, which is amazing because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
Look into that.
Yeah, it's super, super important you do that. Apply it into your life, and you'll be and you'll be, even if it's your major is one of this on this list, liberal arts, performing
I'm
arts,
doing
and all
fine.
that. There's many
My
people.
shirt isn't ironed, but
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. Don't worry.
There's many people that are doing just fine. Don't get
Yeah.
scared. But it's always good to
Yeah.
know, if the average is
Yeah.
at this level, that means that most people are going to be around that area. If they don't grind it out, then
Yeah.
you'll be stuck there.
What would be really cool if they did this, the government, because it's kind of cool. It's kind of sad that these colleges still offer this, even though they know like going into it is going to be a struggle for you. Imagine they did like, just like Amazon, you had a 5-year return. If you can't get a job within 5 years in the degree, this college or the school that you went to, you're able to get a refund. Schools would be like, okay, delete these degrees that we're teaching the kids that aren't really benefiting them. That would really push schools to teach only what is qualified for the job.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Yeah, that's the most important thing. That would be really cool. That would be really interesting. Maybe that might lower the cost of college also.
Competition.
Yeah, competition and yeah. So yeah, those very obviously, the economy changes, the world changes. So this could be the worst degrees now, worst paying, but
Then it
5 years
changes.
from now, this could be the best. And because of AI, it really takes over everything, and these can disappear.
Yeah,
So-
because with AI, like that's one thing that I hear all the time in podcasts. These degrees are the ones that are most scared because they're the ones building a technology that eventually is going to take over a lot
That
of
could
this.
replace them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could definitely replace definitely a good amount of these. One day in aerospace engineering, what if we have 3D computers that print out airplanes
Yep.
or, with electrical or mechanical, whatever. You can go
Wow.
into it. So definitely go into the research of it. But yeah, I think that's a good breakdown. The most important thing is, do your research when it comes to looking for a career. Don't be scared and go in it, 100%. We'll see you guys in the next episode.